Even though this program is about couples, this section is about personal growth.
Let's look at enhancing your positive qualities and reducing your quirks.
We are going to show you what you can do to be a more loving partner.
And empower you to become the very best version of yourself. You are a work in progress.
We
all are. This section is about becoming your best self so you can be the best partner and have the happiest relationship. I'm going to take you to the next level to embrace growth and shift you towards real happiness. This will break you out of the box of your personality and the restrictions of your patterns. For the supporter, it is about replacing some behaviors with better ones. Relationships are about balance, and the power of the Enneagram is that it shows each personality which behaviors to incorporate to be more proactive in becoming your best self. Without self-awareness of our unhealthy patterns, attitudes, and behaviors, we remain unconscious and we continue to identify with them as who we are rather than what we do. And we righteously defend and justify them. What a trap that is. This is what creates difficulties in our lives and our relationships. The more insecure the helper is in maintaining the connection and feeling validated, the more likely the helper will make their partner's needs more important than their own. Or when someone special to them appreciates and validates their giving, then there is that response of pride. I have responded to their needs and made them happy. That's a big trap. Being unaware of your own needs and how your partner can respond to you is also a trap. You teach people how to treat you, and then supporters may be feeling resentful for being unappreciated. We create our own traps. Here are some insights for the supporter who wishes to be connected all the time. Recognize that you must first understand what is going on with you. Your partner can love you even though you may not feel they are completely connected to you. In true win-win, you will realize that boundaries are important for you as well, and your self-esteem will increase when you have more self-discipline and are more accountable to what it is that you need. So for the supporter who's always looking at how you might be disconnected, step back and recognize how it is that you are connected. Just because your partner does the gardening without you does not mean they are disconnected or do not love you. This will give you an opportunity and time to fulfill some of your own needs. Begin to explore what those might be. Do something that's rewarding just for you. One of my favorite things to do is to lay on the couch and read a novel all day long. That is so decadent, and it feels so great when I'm not responding to anyone, I'm not helping anyone. It's so rejuvenating for me. So it might be something like meeting friends for lunch or taking a walk. Start with something small. This is a very fast way of shifting your focus from serving others to doing something for yourself. In the Enneagram model, it shows patterns of behaviors that we can replace to lead a happier and more fulfilling life. This is called the path of development. In this instance, two supporters can adopt some of the traits of the 4 expressor. As supporters begin to shift their focus from others in order to get their needs met, to discovering and expressing their own needs, it might feel selfish in the beginning. Expressors' gift is their sensitivity and fully engaging in fulfilling their own needs. Shifting now internally, supporters begin to express all their feelings, including their anger and their deepest desires. Just as they have nurtured others, they will begin to nurture themselves. Supporters begin to blossom with their own self-expression of music, art, and dance. How can people become their best self? As I mentioned before, this program is based on the Enneagram and identifies a path of development that is very specific to each personality type. For the supporter, it is to integrate some of the behaviors of the four expressor. It is not that they become four expressors, rather they incorporate more of the behaviors of that personality type, such as going internally and reflecting on what the supporter needs to be happy. Four expressors are very clear and express their needs. I need you to sit with me, talk with me, spend time with me. Help me to discover what it is that will make me happy. So check internally. What is it that you feel like doing in the present moment? And be okay with having these needs. This will also make it easier for your partner. Look inwardly instead of outwardly. Owning your own needs is empowering and it is healthy. For instance, if you are continuously helping, rescuing, being overly responsible for others, and always taking care of them, you are going to become very resentful. This is something that supporters suppress, and they are not really aware of it, but it keeps bubbling there under the surface. They feel they give and give, and they're shocked when they ask for help, which is very difficult for them, and someone else says no. How do they do that? Just say no. Being resentful is a negative emotion. It is not being selfish when you're honoring yourself. And your partner also needs to do this. If you are feeling resentful and unappreciated, you have probably trained your family that you will do things for them and you expect nothing in return. It is that selfless giving that traps you. I don't have needs, is what you portray. Giving up the need for others' approval and appreciation can free you from needing to respond. Supporters, if you clearly do not ask for what you need, then you're never going to get what you want. Others may guess what it is you need and respond, but you will probably be unhappy with that. Why is it that supporters do not ask for help most of the time? Well, we have a sense of pride in that we have no needs. It is as if we are denying ourselves what exactly it is that would make us happy. Intuitively, we can pick up what others need, and yet we are often like deer in the headlights when people ask us, well, what do you need? I have no idea. That's not where we focused our attention. We focused it outwardly on others. And from childhood, we have come to believe that in order to get love, we need to put others' needs before our own. People are unaware of what it is they're doing or how to change it until they learn their own personality. And if they are resistant, it is because they believe they're going to give up who they are and lose themselves. Supporters see themselves as selfless givers. This is a role they have been playing, and it's not who they are. You are simply discovering aspects of yourself that were hidden. When you know better, you will do better, and you will feel better about yourself too. What is it that stops the supporter from acknowledging their own needs? Well, it's because they believe that that would get in the way of their connection with other people. And so until supporters understand this, they will be unable to grow. Losing touch with their personal interests of likes and dislikes, in reality, they've lost touch with their own self. So it's a double lose. When partners begin to take them for granted, their natural gift of giving is not being appreciated, and they feel they have no value. And that's the worst thing that can happen to a supporter. Receiving love and appreciation is essential for supporters. And I don't mean all the time. Supporters don't require a lot of attention, and a little bit goes a long way with us. As you understand that both of your needs matter and you create solutions together, you will find each of you needing those assurances less and less, and giving more and more freely from your best self. Supporters will begin to catch themselves in their old patterns and replace them. They will begin to identify if their giving is conditional. They will see how much energy and effort continual giving takes. You cannot continue giving when you yourself are starving. Your need for connection will never be satisfied from others. Intense connection wears others out. No one can maintain that level forever. So it is about allowing for the supporter, allowing themselves to receive, and allowing others to give them the gift of giving. I remember hearing a statement that absolutely rocked my world. And the statement was, "You give so much, it gives me no other opportunity but to take. And I don't like being a taker." And I realized I was actually taking when I thought I was giving. I was taking away opportunities for others. That changed my whole perspective in giving. Let's review what the supporter has discovered. They are valuable even when they are not helping others. There are other ways of connecting, and it will take the intensity off your partner. Supporters launch into opportunities in order to connect. Others may see this as really nosy, being in other people's business, being intrusive. Based on their personality, this is an unconscious survival technique that they learned in childhood. Before growth, supporters have an insatiable need to be in other people's lives. Everyone welcomes help at times, but overgiving creates dependency on them. It may start out as helping, and then it can turn into cleaning out the closet, throwing away the clothes that the partner doesn't need or they think they haven't worn recently. That's being helpful to the supporter and intrusive to the partner. If you do not change these patterns, it can damage relationships. So realize these are just behaviors you've used in the past. Let's change these old patterns to get your fundamental needs differently. As you live in the space of reframing how to get love the way you need, your old beliefs are going to be screaming at you that the only way you're going to get your needs met is through giving. In looking after your own needs, initially you're going to feel very selfish and are going to want to go back to your own ways because that feels more natural to you. Push past this, because fulfilling your own needs will feel so much better. With awareness and expanded perspective, you can change your old beliefs, and this will take the pressure off your partner to make you happy. Be responsible, and that will bring you into balance. As two supporters become healthier, they can let go of the pride of, "I don't have any needs," to the humility of allowing themselves to be loved and recognizing, "I do have needs of my own." They can let go of expectations for others responding to them and open to the freedom of being responsible only to themselves. I can tell you, for me, that was so freeing, letting go of the responsibility. Then truly, giving can be unconditional. This opens their hearts even more to be gracious, humble, and separate from what they do for others. How do we turn this around? Here are the key elements. Awareness of your personality behavior is key to change and catching yourself in the pattern. So when you feel yourself seeing an opportunity to launch into help, have an awareness statement and use it when you become aware of what is happening. "Oh, I'm doing it again. I can see that I'm starting to go into my pattern again." This is decision time and the first step to becoming your best self. You can continue with old patterns or change them for better ones. Identify your unhealthy behaviors, such as eliciting pity, becoming needy, entitled because you've given so much, or becoming emotional. The change that supporters can integrate is that they can use the processes from the 4Expressor. Express what it is that you need. We're not changing who you are, but rather focusing on changing your unhealthy behaviors. Processes will help you to become more objective. As we mentioned before, the path to becoming your best self is for the supporter to integrate some of the behaviors of the 4 personality. This means accessing how you're feeling and what you need. Supporters can come to recognize these feelings in themselves and develop new automatic responses to nurture themselves and express their needs to others. Supporters, do something you've always wanted for yourself. Schedule a class for painting. Take music or dance lessons. Set boundaries. Express the times that you are unavailable. An example might be your partner comes to you and says, I have a presentation in the morning. Would you help me with this? You're really good at it. That's usually your hook. You offered to help them last week, but they were too busy. So now you say, sorry, I have my class tonight. This is going to feel very selfish in the beginning, but people will respect you and your time. No one can take advantage of you unless you allow them. Rather than focus on being unappreciated, choose the time that you will help and be forthcoming. I can help you at these times, but if it's on Monday night, I have class. You see, in the past, they've always relied on you to jump in and rescue them. You are retraining them and yourself. Taking responsibility and managing your behavior will change the dynamics of your relationship. And in the beginning, it may throw things up in the air for a while. There is a tool that supporters can use to manage their behavior, and they can benefit from a process from responding to be more responsible. One of the ways is with an affirmative statement or a mantra, which you can recall in the moment to help you become more objective. A mantra that we've mentioned before for the supporter is, am I giving or am I taking? And when they say that, it's time supporters to make a choice to be more responsible in responding to themselves. It is a statement that helps interrupt a pattern and is effective to become aware in the moment so that you can ask yourself, what is it that I am missing inside of myself when I look to you to validate me? Is my partner apt to find this intrusiveness over the top? If the answer is yes, visualize and use that stop sign for yourself. Change the pattern. Before helping, you can ask permission. Would you like me to? I would be happy to. And if the answer is no, then you are guilt-free to do something for yourself. You have the ability to manage your responses and to shift your behavior. These patterns were unconscious, and now you are choosing to make a new decision to stop repeating the pattern. This awareness will shift everything. Consciousness will allow you to make the choice to change your behavior. When you are clear on what makes you happy, then you can communicate it. You may have a need for relaxation, so you might have planned a golfing game or getting a manicure, and then your partner is out there in the garage cleaning it up. You're going to feel really selfish in the beginning, but remember, you can always negotiate. I have set up a lunch with friends. If you want to leave cleaning the garage until tomorrow, I'll be able to help you then. If your partner chooses to clean it today, then that is their choice. For each personality, it is imperative that your partner be understanding, patient, and supportive. As each of you become aware of both your fundamental needs, your needs will become more like preferences, and you'll find that you will be needing less and less, and loving more and more freely from your best selves. You will start to catch yourself in old patterns and replace them easily. When your partner can trust that you will be more responsible, you will create a strong, conscious, loving connection with your partner. Healthier behaviors and becoming your best self will transform your life. Happiness is an inside job. It seems we spend a lot of time looking externally to others to validate us and to love us, when really, to be happy within your relationships, you first must be happy within yourself. Know that your value is not in your giving, it is in your loving. And loving starts with loving yourself. Loving also can be knowing when to help, when to let people do it on their own, and how much. When is it giving and when is it taking? Putting your happiness in other people's hands will trigger needing to get validation from others. And that's when you get intrusive, direct, bold, intense, and the give to get pattern begins again. Attempting to get others to give the connection, ironically, you are actually pushing others away. And the harder you push to connect with them, the more they will move away from you to keep their own independence. I have learned to ask permission, and then I release the outcome. They're either going to let me help or choose not to. And I help in a different way, not for how I might be appreciated, but how I can empower others to help themselves. So it might start like, are you open to feedback? Have you ever considered? And in that way, I have built connection, and my core need is satisfied.
We have shown you your partner style and what you need to get your fundamental needs met.
We have helped you to understand and respond to your partner, how to negotiate, use a code word, and processes for stepping together.
And we've also looked at your individual personality patterns and how you have a response ability to manage your reactions more effectively.
We have given you processes to become your best self, replacing old unhealthy patterns with more empowering ones.
And now you both know these new awarenesses of your personality patterns, your motivations, and your reactions.
These relationship tools will help you to resolve conflicts and give you new communication skills to create a more loving and connected relationship.
And this will take your relationship to a whole new level when you know how to support your partner and help them feel loved.
Our next section is about your personality loving style.